Bali versus Boho versus Japandi furniture. You're wondering which furniture style is for you. If you're confused about which style matches best your own personality, stay until the end because we're going to dive into the subject. We are Oliver and Noélie. We live here in Bali with our two little girls, and we are the owners of monjoboutique.com. It took us 4 good years to talk to the artisans, to learn Indonesian language, to craft furniture, etc.
To research style.
Exactly.
Venues and places.
To really understand these different styles, Boho style furniture, Bali furniture, and more recently Japandi furniture.
When you enter somebody's home, you feel it is an expression of their personality. So that's why we're looking at this today. And let's start first things first by decrypting the Bali style. Bali style is about rich tropical influences. The Bali style is characterized by its tropical flair, its natural materials and influences, and its rich cultural heritage. It really brings this tropical, cozy vibe, these surfer vibes maybe also, and of course, that influence from Bali's lush nature. It has a lot of natural texture, can be dominated by materials such as seagrass, driftwoods, pandan leaves, coconut shells, and of course the woods, but these elements to enrich that Bali style really that brings in nature and creates essentially a tropical paradise in your home with the rustic elements as well, with a lot of artistry definitely applied to the furniture.
So for whom are these Bali furniture? If you are a nature lover, if you crave for a layback and cozy atmospheres, so chill vibes among all, authenticity, nature at the center of Bali furniture. So if it resonates to you, you should definitely go for Bali furniture. And put a lot of importance on where you can chill out and where you can relax and where you can think about the great memories you made in the nature and planning for the next one. Now let's talk about Boho style. So Boho style is about the free-spirited, is a lot about eclectic design, is playing a lot with texture, but also the color. It's bringing together a lot of different elements. So it's bringing together, for instance, a peacock chair with a more mid-century nightstand. So it's not very rigid, and at the same time it's eclectic. So it comes from the 60s and the early 70s. So there's really like this embracing free spirit, self-expression,
combining different elements.
Yeah, exactly. Combining so different elements and not to be afraid to. So for whom is it?
Boho style is definitely for people who love to self-express, for people who have an artistic flair, who know how to combine things that don't necessarily combine very easily or that are not made to go along with each other. And that's exactly where the danger lies. Boho style is a very interesting style of self-expression, but it's not for everyone because there's a fine line to overclutter it and to really add these different elements together in a real Boho way that still makes it look nice and artistic.
Definitely. I would even say that if you have an artist's heart and really, and if your mind is all about artistry, then Boho style is totally for you because it's bringing together all these different elements, and as a rule it makes total sense and you feel so good in it because it's really representing your self-expression and who you are.
It's inspiring for your guests, but also for yourself. You live in that environment. So you crave inspiration and different influences, different texture, and you like to live with that.
And if you hesitate to go for both sides because you think, well, I'm not so free spirit, I'm not an artist, I don't do this as a job, but I really love it, then go for it. Just have a try and bring together these different elements that you like and really playing with the pattern, with the texture, with the colors. It's full of do-it-yourself too.
Yeah, we also might add, if you're not so sure about it, there is, the classic boho style, which is adding a lot of colors and is really very eclectic.
So the very 60s, you mean?
Yeah, very 60s, and definitely free spirit, and that's
The little mirrors on the cushion, you know?
yes, yeah,
Very 60s.
and the colors, yeah. And then recently we've seen a more like a boho minimalism. That is maybe if you like the boho approach, if you like that, but with less extreme and less eclectic in the colors. So if you're not so sure about it, you can still be a boho type and add the boho into your interior, but maybe go with a more neutral tone a bit in the colors and use the textures and maybe some very intricate design.
So being still able to self-express, but not without this very eclectic and vibrant color. Although Boho minimalist is definitely your style, I would say. And bring together different elements, but staying with earthy colors, I would say.
Definitely. Now, we haven't talked about Japandi style yet, and this is really something for Noemi. Explain why.
Well, Bali styles too, but we're gonna speak later about the possibility to mix these different styles. So, but yeah, Japanese style is definitely a style. So, Japandi is bringing together design elements from the Japanese and from the Scandinavian. So, it's all about functionality, clear lines, simplicity, quality above all. And as I say, so it's really decided that a furniture should not have only one purpose, but should be multi-purpose. So a bench is also a shoe storage, etc. And the stool is also a side table. So that's this idea of functionality and with clear lines, meaning that there's not a lot of place for reclaimed wood in the very vintage style of reclaimed wood. So because it's really fine lines that you can find in the Scandinavian, but it is more minimalist that you find in the Japanese. But we actually made a video about Japanese style, so I'm not gonna get over crazy on Japanese style now. Just saying that for whom it is really, if you feel comfortable in a declutter-free environment without compromising on the warmth, I think Japanese style could eventually be for you. So for whom is Japanese style is if you appreciate a clutter-free, calming environment that promotes mindfulness and simplicity, Japanese style might be the style that resonates with you. So now, let's compare this difference.
So the Bali style is all about warmth, exotic elements, coziness, and nature, of course, while the boho is really the free-spirited, the eclectic, the artisty, full of details, textures, symbols, richness in visual expression.
Japandi, on the other hand, finds beauty in simplicity, in functionality, and the perfect blend of Japanese and Scandinavian aesthetics. So, now, something super important about the style. Of course, there are some personality that have a tendency to go more on the Japanese style, if you liked more clutter-free and simplicity, or more on the Bali style, if you like to really chill and have this coziness a lot around you and remind you nature, or someone who loves to self-express a lot through both style. But keep in mind that these different styles, they actually can match with each other. So you can have, for instance, a typical Bali style with a lot of poof, a lot of low chair, made of wrap or like raffia. And on the other one, you can mix it together with many functional furniture that you can typically find in Japanese style, or also mixing it with a Japanese plan that you can find in Japanese style. And you can also mix Boho minimalist style or Boho style with a very Bali laid-back environment.
Very well, and there is no clear cut. There is all shades in between, and so they do go along with each other.
Exactly. So what we would suggest is you keep a style, you choose a style that you like, and then you walk around. But still choose one that you really like, and then you can always add add 1 or 2 or 3 elements from the other style. But if you have a basis for style, then you're gonna have a living space that really represents you, and it's so important because it has such an impact of how you feel, of when you enter. You can see that this interior really represents you and that the style resonates to you. You're gonna feel very well in your space, and also people coming in your interior gonna compliment you, which is also always nice.
Yeah, and by the fact of watching this video, you already proved that it is important to you that you think about what you live in and what you want to express with it. So think about yourself and you will find your style of furniture. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you soon again on our channel.
See you!